will move on to approval of financials. Item 7.1, resolution authorizing budget transfers and accepting monthly financial report.
Which is the agenda item that has this transfer in it?
Yes.
7.6.
I'd like to take 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 together, the budget transfers, the resolution adopting the fiscal 2015 budget, and the resolution authorizing the transfer of funds to the operations and maintenance fund. Can I have a motion,
So
please?
moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Keating? Aye. Ms. Paul?
I'm sorry, the 7.3
7, 1, 2, and 3.
and the 7.3 does not include the...
No, none of those include
Okay,
this.
just 7.6 is the, okay.
Right.
And there's no element of this conversation in the 7.3.
No.
Is there a line item in this item? Not one line item. Okay. Okay. So what's your vote?
That's your vote?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Gashgarian?
Yes.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland? And Mrs. Oshwager?
Aye.
And Ms. Teague.
There you go.
Just that Charlie has to roll.
I can call her first.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. Order to be missed. 7.4 is a prevailing wage act resolution. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, this might be a good opportunity for me to bring up again the minimum wage that I know we have a report in the update concerning the minimum wage. But when do we think that we're going to get the survey results back from the other colleges so that we can make an educated decision and making sure that everyone here working at the college gets an honorable and decent wage?
Well, it's, we estimated the cost of the minimum wage, excuse me, as we reported in the update, to bring it to that 1010 amount per hour, about $135,000 per year.
That wasn't your question, was it?
Yeah, but that, and what I'm leading to on this is to say the increase applies mostly to the student workers, right? And the seasonal employees, and only actually 2 board-appointed positions. So it's mostly the student workers. So we're going to research what other schools are doing with those student workers. David, can you give us a rough, are we talking about August or something?
Surveying
Yeah.
July schools and whether all of them are moving to 1010 or what their student workers are.
Okay. Boy, could we just throw the 2 people that are board appointed in there at that 1010 level right now? That'd be kind of nice.
We can,
Bring it in.
yeah, we can bring
Thank you.
Other discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
In regarding the student worker funds, exactly what would that increase the pay that they're being given hourly or?
Oh my God, you don't think I'd give it to decrease their pay? No, it's
No.
to increase their
I'm
pay.
a student worker.
Yeah, no,
look
that's
out
a good
for
question.
myself.
That's right.
No, we don't want to decrease student worker pay.
Just wanted to make sure.
Who's responsible for ensuring that this is followed?
The prevailing wage act?
Yeah.
Who's responsible?
Who's responsible for ensuring that we're approving this thing? Okay, we just had a lengthy discussion about lack of communication. So who's responsible for making sure that this is implemented accurately, correctly?
My division, essentially 2 larger areas, one within our own human resources department. By virtue of the trades that are listed here, that they're all unionized, they are at prevailing wage. Where it becomes quite a task with Trustee Oshwager is with our construction programs. We have systems we've set up in place to ensure that the payrolls are audited when they come in, that they are the contractors are following the prevailing wage. It'll be in all the contracts for every contractor that they need to follow this.
So if it's on the honor system,
Oh, no.
that they
No.
need it, or we do something
There'll be
to,
there'll be at least a sampling audit of every payroll that's submitted every 2 weeks
by us.
by us.
Thank you.
Those lawyers aren't in there.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Tede?
Aye.
Ms. Paul? Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Gashgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oldschlager?
Aye. Next, we have item 7.5, which is a resolution providing for the issue of not to exceed 3.1 million general obligation limited refunding bonds, Series 2014 of Community College District Number 532, County of Lake and State of Illinois, for the purpose of refunding certain outstanding bonds of said community college district and providing for the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal and interest on said bonds. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, as I look through this large document, it occurred to me that the recommendation is being voted to approve this document. But I'm curious, when do the blanks get filled in for the dollar amounts? I mean, we're approving a blank document.
7.5?
Which blanks?
Well, there's blanks all throughout the whole document where there should be dollar amounts and percentages and dates and,
What pages?
oh my God, here, let me start. 7.5.2 actually says something that the secretary is supposed to do something, which I don't see that happening, but anyway. 7.5.14, 18, 20, 50,
Oh, I see.
51.
Okay.
It's a blank document we're approving. I don't get it.
Well, and what we've done on all of ours, as well as what is typical, until we actually do the actions tonight, is what determines what fills in those blanks. So what is the vote? The vote was, I can't predetermine what the vote is to write it into the document, for example.
Well, David, you could tell us, since we're refunding this, you could tell us what the interest rate was on the old bonds and what you expect the new rate to be, that we're going to have the savings that you described in the little explanation of this. So that it's going to be, what was it before, and you expect it to be not more than what?
Can't hear you.
No, I don't have that right here, the rates.
We've been focused on where we thought the rate would come in, and then it would come in under 2%.
Under 2%. And what are the current rates on those notes that we're going to refund?
I believe it was originally issued, I know it was in excess of 3, but usually 4, but I didn't stop my head.
Because you get to a certain point where it makes sense to refund. I mean, if it's not a big enough difference, then it's not enough
Right.
reason to do
If
it.
your combination of, obviously, cost of issuance exceed your
Right.
savings, as well as our time added into this. But since we believe that the net savings to the college will be approximately $100,000, that was well worth it doing.
But you expect with current market, it's still going to be under 2%.
I certainly hope so.
So even if we wanted to put in numbers like saying that the board would vote up to 2%, you'd say with that. If that would make anybody feel comfortable that there was something in there in terms of
But it
number.
just seems rather odd that there was no explanation other than saying, hey, we're going to do this. And I have about a 50-page document that has no numbers on it. I just,
What did you say, Bob? I'm sorry.
I I said, I just find it extremely odd that I have a 50-page document in front of me that I'm being asked to approve of, and there's no explanation about what it is, what it's intended to be, or what we think it's going to be, what it was. There's no communication on what this document is doing, other than the fact we're going to approve it with a bunch of blanks in it.
I understand what you're saying, Trustee Oschlager, but you kind of agree with the concept because the
No,
concept
I
is
understand.
good.
No, I understand that. I would have hoped that there would be some additional communication, that, hey, we're going to be approving this,
Right.
we think it's going to be this amount, or it's going to be within this range, and we're going to save X amount of that, other than a 50-page blank document.
Hopefully that comes next time.
David, that could have been given in an update.
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
It was.
It was. I read my updates.
Yeah, I thought it was in this,
Yeah.
I thought
packet
so
of this,
too.
but it was in the update. I
Yeah,
know we
but
got
this is
it.
what we're voting on.
You're right. You're right.
But you can't fill in the numbers if you don't know for sure what they are.
Well, remember, we don't deal with this every day.
Mhm.
This is the packet of information that we received Saturday morning or Friday afternoon,
You're missing one.
and more of that we had to dissect in about 2.5 days.
Right.
So I would err on the caution of always trying to give us more information today, if you can, so that it can refresh our memories, because it's a little difficult to read all of it in 2.5 days and comprehend all of it.
Did I make the motion?
I don't know.
Yeah,
who
was
made
there
the
a motion?
Yeah, we got a
Yeah.
first.
Is there a second?
Yeah, we had a first and a second, so we're ready for roll call.
Ms. Teeday?
Abstain.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Kashgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Olschlager?
Aye.
Moving on to 7.6, resolution authorizing transfer of auxiliary funds to the operation and maintenance fund. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm going to go along with this transfer, but I also want to state that I have absolutely no more confidence in this president, that communication is going to get better. It's the same thing we've been dealing with, and I'm appalled with his actions.
Question,
So we have a
Okay.
motion and a second. Are we doing roll call?
we're doing
Or
questions
just
now,
doing
right?
discussion?
Discussion.
David, we just voted for a $4 million transfer from the, to the operations and maintenance, from where, from the auxiliary? Where is that? Is that from the auxiliary? That was the early, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm looking for it. The 7.3, we voted to transfer the funds from where to the operations?
Those are two
Where was that?
That was under 7.3.
7.3 is coming from where? The auxiliary? Please, somebody help me.
The 7.3.
7.3 was
Yeah.
to the operations fund.
From the operating funds to the operation and maintenance fund restricted.
Those are routine transfers.
Yes.
This is
No, it doesn't, it's not routine transfers. This one, is this for future projects?
We on 7.3 or 7.5?
7.6.
We're on
7.6
7.6 now, but she's asking a question
I want
about
to clarify
7.3.
because they look very similar. Look very similar
the two are for the same purpose.
for the same purpose.
That's correct.
So, okay,
They have to be two separate motions.
so we're double
but-
loading here.
Well,
So,
they need to be separate motions.
Because it's from two different funds.
so a portion of the money that we just voted in is going to be used for future purpose, future projects. And so another portion is going to be used for future projects. So we're like doubling the barrel. Is that what we're doing? I mean, help me understand this. The two, one amount, we just voted $4 million, right?
Well, you mean the 12
Under
million?
12 million, 12 million, 7.3. 12 million.
For the master plan project.
It says, transfer of operating funds for master plan projects. Vague, non-specific, right? And then we are now voting for $4 million for future projects, vague and non-specific. So we're now talking about 12 million plus 4 million, $16 million of vague and non-specific projects. It's okay, I just want to make sure that this is what we want to do. I want to make sure the board understands this is what we're doing. Because I'm not really sure if we're following the dollars. We're transferring monies into the operations and maintenance fund, and I think we could be a little bit more specific here, but
Is this the item we do at the end of the
If
year?
am I understanding this correctly, that the transfer we did in 7.3 was to transfer from the one account to another account, where now that's just sitting there. This 7.6 is the actual authorization to take 4 million now from that account and move it over to the building? Is that,
Yeah, let's not explain what
I
Wait,
mean,
wait,
I'm
wait.
confused.
Okay. Go ahead.
the projected year-end fund balance. The projected year-end fund balance, which we always have every year that I've been here anyway, we've made a decision. Are we going to use that money for eligible projects, and which is very limited. It's largely capital construction projects or one-time items, or to go to fund balance. The board has seen multiple times the financing plan for the master plan, where we had expected a total of $14 million in cash from generating fund balances out of operating funds, and $2 million in cash generated out of the auxiliary funds. What we're providing for you today is a maximum amount. I don't expect that we would have this total amount of money, but it is to fund both the original plan and any potential changes which we would not allocate without the approval of the board.
So are you saying that the difference from what we had been talking about before with these plans to devote these funds for capital projects, that this is going to be how much of a difference from what we originally started? Are you saying like a $2,000 difference from what we were talking about before?
2,000.
2 million, I meant, 2 million, yeah.
On
It
the
ends up
auxiliary
being,
fund, on the auxiliary fund balance.
it comes out to 2 million, I meant 2 million. 2 million more than what we've been talking about all the way along. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Roll call?
Ms. Teague?
No.
Ms. Ball?
No.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Gasharian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Olshatter?
Aye.